Hello dear students, let us see today the exercises of the lesson The Selfish Giant. Come to page number 20. Let us see the comprehension check question first. The first question is, why is a giant called selfish? Now as you have read the story, you can very well understand that why the giant is called selfish, that he is called selfish because he wants to keep his garden reserved only for himself, and also he bans the entry of outsiders, specifically the children, in his garden. Now let's see the next question. On one occasion the children said, "How happy we are here," and later they said, "How happy we were there." So what are they referring to in both the cases? Now in both the cases the children are referring to the giant's garden, this you can understand, and in the first sentence when they say how happy we are here, so in the first sentence they say that they are enjoying in their giant's garden, but in the second sentence when they say how happy we were there, it is beyond their reach, that the garden is beyond their reach. So in both the cases they are referring the garden. Okay. Now let's see question number 3, the first part. When spring came, it was still winter in the garden. What does winter stand for or indicate here? This I discussed with you yesterday itself. So winter indicates that flowers did not bloom in the giant's garden, and the birds didn't sing. So there was no sign of joy and greenery. Why? Because the children were not allowed by the giant to play in the garden. Next is the second part of question number 3. Winter has been presented like a story with its own characters and their activities. So this I also discussed with you under the topic, the natural forces. So you have to describe the story in your own words. Yes, you can read and write. There's nothing very difficult about it. Fine. Let's come to question number 4. Was the giant happy or sad over the state of his garden? What do you think? So the giant was obviously not happy. He was very sad to see the state of his garden, and different season brought no change in it because it was winter all the time. Let's see the next question, question number 5. What effect did the linnet's song have over hail and a north wind? So the linnet's song play a very important role over here. So what is the effect of the linnet song? That the hail stopped dancing over his head. Similarly, the north wind ceased roaring. That is, the linnet song was also indicative of the fact that winter is gone and the arrival of the spring. Okay, fine. Let's come to the next set of comprehension check questions on page number 24. Here it is, on page number 24. Now let's see the first question, first part. The giant saw a most wonderful sight. What did he see? And the second part of the question is, what did he realize on seeing it? So this question becomes very important. Question number 1, that is, the giant saw a most wonderful sight, and what did he see? And the second part also. So these two questions are very important. This set of questions. Okay, so the giant saw through a little hole in the wall. The children had entered into the garden. They were sitting in the branches of the trees, and on every tree that he could see there was a little child, and the trees were glad to have the children back again, that they had covered themselves with blossoms and were waving their hands gently over the children's head. Okay, so the birds were flying and twittering with delight, and flowers were laughing. And let's see the second part. What did he realize on seeing it? So he realized that he himself was to blame for the year-round winter in his garden, and he realized that he was so very selfish. Okay, let's see the next question. Why was it still winter in one corner of the garden? Now, this again you can understand from the storyline itself that only in one corner of the garden there was winter still, and the reason was that the little boy could not climb the tree like other boys, so he stood under the tree weeping. Let's see question number 3. Describe the first meeting of the little boy and the giant, and you have question number 4. Describe the second meeting after a long interval. This you can write like you have to take help from the text itself, and you can write this. Only you have to describe the meeting, the two meetings. Okay, next is question 4. Describe the second meeting after a long interval. So in the second meeting, what you have to write is that the giant saw wounds on the little boy's palm and feet. So when he saw the wounds, he became furious. He wanted to kill the man who had wounded the child, but the boy said that those were wounds of love. Okay, so this you have to specifically mention in your answer. Let's see question number 5. The giant lay dead, all covered with white blossoms. What does this sentence indicate about the once selfish giant? Now, as I discussed with you yesterday, that the little child is none other than Lord Christ or God himself. So this indicates that the giant had been blessed by Lord himself. He was neither cruel nor selfish, so God forgave him and took him to paradise or heaven. Now let's see the exercise questions here. The little child's hands and feet had marks of nails. Who does the child remind you of? Give a reason for your answer. So this you can very well write down that he is none other than God himself, and you can comment upon the marks of nails on his hands and feet. And thereafter, is there something like this garden near where you live? Would you like one without the giant perhaps, and why? What would you do to keep it in good shape? So this is this question only demands your own opinion. If you like, you can write the answer of this question, or you can just skip it. But you have to write the answers of all the comprehension check questions in your notebook. Okay. So I hope the lesson is clear to you. There are more things which I would be providing on this lesson to you for practice. Thank you.